Hello, I'm very excited about the books I've got for you today in Ed's Reading Room Owls. I hope you're going to be excited by them too. The first book is by Sophie Mackenzie, who is the winner of the Red House Children's Book Award, and this book is Time Train to the Blitz. And the second book is called Zack and the Dream Pirates, and this is by Ross Mackenzie. Now, you may have noticed already that both these writers are called Mackenzie, but I don't think they're anything to do with each other. They're actually spelt slightly differently. Anyway, Sophie Mackenzie's book, Time Train to the Blitz. This is another wonderful Usborne book, as always. And this is a time slip book. The children travel back to danger to May 1941, to London at the time of the Blitz. And it starts when there's a mysterious train appears in the park where Jo and Scarlett are playing with their dog Pippi. They're magically transported back to World War II and have a very exciting adventure. Of course, they manage to get back to their real life as well. It's rather funny, actually. The children are walking around the park with they have their mobile phone with them, and their mum has just texted them, and all of a sudden they're back in 1941. So I think children will enjoy actually reading and noticing the differences. I'm just going to read a little bit. This isn't quite the beginning of the book, but it's fairly close to the beginning. The sky was dark as night now. A bright light shone in the distance. Pippi barked. Jo's mouth was dry. The bright light was moving towards them. The ground rumbled. A loud roar filled the air. "It's a train!" Jo shouted. "It's coming!" He reached out for Pippi again, grabbed her collar, tugged. The light surged closer and closer. "Get Pippi!" Scarlett yelled. "Get her off those tracks!" The light filled the air around them, just 3 meters away. "Pippi!" Jo yelled. She was digging her paws into the ground, refusing to move from the tracks. He pulled harder at her collar. "Pippi, please!" 2 meters. The train hurtled towards them. "Jo, move!" Scarlett screamed. Pippi wasn't budging, and Jo couldn't leave her. 1 meter. Jo closed his eyes and waited. Very exciting, a real page turner. I do hope you enjoy it. It is a fantastic book. Zack and the Dream Pirates by our other Mackenzie, this is Ross Mackenzie, is an absolutely amazing book. It's a good long book. It's a real page turner, so you have plenty of pages to turn, so that's very exciting in itself. And it says on the beginning of the blurb, "Good dreams are sweet, bad dreams are scary. But imagine if nightmares were to take over." And from the very beginning of the book, I'm just going to read a little bit to you. Zack Wonder sprinted through the forest, the carpet of frozen leaves crunching beneath his bare feet. Whatever was chasing him was gaining. He leapt over a fallen branch and skidded to a halt at the edge of a deep ravine. There was no way across. He was trapped. The trees rustled and he whirled round. A tall figure in black stepped out into the moonlight. In place of a face was a gleaming silver skull. Its arms, encased in bone-shaped silver armour, were folded across its chest. Zack felt panic rise in his throat as the terrifying apparition advanced towards him. Without thinking, he took a fatal step backwards and fell, tumbling into darkness. That's the very beginning. It is so exciting, this book, really wonderful. I'd just like to add one thing about this book. It does involve Zack's granny, very much so in this story. And one of the nicest things that an author gets to do, I think probably when they finish the book, or they might be thinking about it while they're writing it, is the dedication at the beginning of the book. It is always lovely to think about who you'd like to dedicate your book to. And this dedication is so delightful, I just wanted to read it to you. This is Ross Mackenzie's. "For Willie, Bunty, Margaret and George, and grandparents everywhere, your magic stays with us forever." I think that's absolutely wonderful. So I do hope they enjoy having this dedication to them. Now, in Ed's Reading Room, we very much encourage reading together, reading aloud, and we think that it's fantastic for parents to read with their children, but we're also very, very eager for grandparents to read with their children. And so that is a particularly good point, I think, in this book. As always, I've written literacy activities to accompany these books. I hope you'll print them out and enjoy them. Word searches, poetry, reviews and so on. And as always, if you'd like to look at the Ed's interviews on the homepage of the website, most of Ed's authors have taken part in Ed's interviews, so I do hope you will enjoy reading them.